Welcome to the Deep Dive. This is where we take those really thought-provoking sources you send us and, well, we dig in to find the golden nuggets, the key insights, just for you. Today, we're doing something a bit different. We're not just looking at a source, we're kind of peering into a potential future.
Yeah, the year 2073 specifically.
Exactly. Through the lens of this really compelling work called 2073, a call to action for our future.
Okay, so let's unpack this right away. It's important to get this clear from the start.
Mhm.
Our main source today, 2073, a call to action for our future. It's not just a book about 2073. It's actually an analysis, a deep dive into a fictional film.
Also called 2073.
Right. And that film paints a pretty grim picture, doesn't it, of what might be coming.
It definitely does.
But the source material uses that film as a kind of springboard, a catalyst, really.
For an urgent invitation.
Yes, an invitation to us, like right now in the present, to actively shape that future, not just sit back and watch it happen.
So it's about agency. Totally. So when we talk about 2073 going forward, we mean that that stark potential future, but seen through the lens of this source material that's challenging it.
And what's really fascinating here, what the analysis makes so clear, is that this isn't just, fun sci-fi speculation.
No, not at all.
Instead, it uses this hypothetical future, this 2073, as, well, a serious framework for critical thinking.
Thinking about what we're doing now.
Exactly. Our present actions and their, long-term consequences, often the ones we don't even see coming.
It holds up a mirror, basically.
Yeah, it really does. Urging us to consider the ripple effects, the sort of dominoes already falling from decisions we're making today.
In our economies, our society.
Even in our personal lives.
Yeah.
It's trying to get us to practice foresight, not just fantasy.
And the picture it paints of 2073, well, it's chilling, honestly.
Understatement, maybe.
Yeah. Our analysis describes the film's world in really stark, almost brutal detail. Imagine a world where most people, like you, me, our neighbors,
The vast majority.
yeah, possess absolute nothing.
Yeah.
Totally dispossessed, pushed right to the margins.
While a tiny elite.
Tiny.
Yes.
An ultra-elite holds pretty much all the assets, all the power, all the control.
It's a society where the rich aren't just getting richer.
No, they're like ascending. Their power, their wealth, it just grows exponentially.
While everyone else is descending, sinking deeper into what? Obscurity.
Obscurity, yeah. Stripped of resources, opportunity, dignity even. The source material doesn't pull punches. It calls it a chilling insight.
Into where we could be headed.
Right. And it feels, I don't know, uncomfortably familiar in some ways, but just amplified, terrifyingly so.
And if we really connect this to the bigger picture, like the analysis wants us to, this vision, it's not just about economic inequality. We talk about that a lot.
True. It feels like more.
It's about an extreme societal imbalance, a complete fracturing,
Like a chasm.
Yeah, the source paints it as a chasm so wide it's basically unbridgeable. A future where social mobility isn't just hard.
It's impossible.
Pretty much non-existent. And what's really striking is how the source suggests this isn't some sudden disaster.
Right, like an asteroid hitting.
No, exactly. It's the logical, just accelerated endpoint of trends we can see starting today.
That's the scary part.
It's a powerful argument that, unchecked power, if you just leave it alone, it ultimately leads to this complete separation. One group controls everything, the other becomes, well, an afterthought.
Okay, but here's where our deep dive gets really interesting. Because the source doesn't just show us this grim future and say, well, good luck.
No, that would be pretty bleak.
Right. That's actually its main criticism of the film itself.
Yeah.
The analysis points out that the film 2073 acts as a powerful alert. It shakes you up, disturbs you, shows you this potential horror.
But,
and this is the crucial point the analysis makes, it doesn't give us the how-to. The instruction manual is missing.
it doesn't tell us how to respond, what to actually do.
Exactly. And the source argues that missing piece, that call to action, is precisely where our responsibility, our agency,
Our power lies.
our power lies. Yeah, it shows us the problem, but then it firmly puts the burden and the opportunity, I guess, of figuring out the solution right in our hands.
Precisely. Yeah, the analysis really digs into this key difference. It suggests that if we just say, leave the cinema.
Or finish reading the article.
Right. Feeling disturbed, maybe angry, but then we just stay quiet. Let that feeling fade.
Which often happens.
It does.
Oh, yeah.
Then the story of 2073 basically becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy.
Just an outcome we allowed.
An inevitable future we just let happen. However, And this is where the hope and, frankly, the urgency really kick in.
Okay.
The source argues that if we stand up, prepare to act, if we take that disturbance and channel it into deliberate collective movement,
Then what?
then this vision of 2073 shifts from a caution into a movement.
Okay, I like that. From caution to movement.
It really emphasizes that our response, active or passive, has the power to change a warning sign into a catalyst for real change. It's about getting beyond just understanding it intellectually.
And actually doing something.
To active, impactful participation. Yes.
That distinction really hits home, doesn't it? Turning passive watching into active, well, intervention.
Mm-hmm.
And that's exactly why this analysis then lays out these 4 core prompts, or challenges maybe, for action.
Practical steps.
Yeah, not just vague ideas. They're presented as the practical, actionable things we need to do to turn that potential prophecy
Into something else entirely.
into a future that's not just different, but genuinely reimagined. And better for everyone, hopefully. It's about translating that awareness into a real plan, a strategy.
Okay, so what's the first prompt?
The first one is pretty profound, actually. Remember our combined strength.
Okay,
Our source makes a very direct and maybe uncomfortable point here.
go on.
It says that the billionaires and companies we dread, these sort of massive, seemingly untouchable entities, they persist and thrive not despite us,
But because of us.
but because we
Right.
sustain them via our work, our funds, our inaction.
Wow, that's
Okay.
confronting.
It really is, isn't it? It suggests that in many ways, we're inadvertently complicit in the very systems we might complain about,
Like every time we buy something or go to work.
or just stay silent when we should speak up.
Yeah.
Every credit card swipe, every hour clocked in.
This point is absolutely critical, though, because it fundamentally flips the script on where real power actually sits.
Oh, so.
The source argues that this feeling of helplessness we might have, it's basically an illusion.
Okay.
The solution, as the analysis really hammers home, is that when individuals come together and communities collaborate, they become unbeatable.
Collective power.
Collective power. It's a reminder that while one person's actions might feel like a tiny drop in the ocean,
They add up.
when united, they can create a tsunami of change. It's not just saying, be nice to each other. It's pointing to the actual undeniable leverage that comes from coordinated, unified action.
It shifts the narrative from, I can't do anything, to, we can do anything.
Exactly. From individual despair to collective potency. Unity isn't just a nice idea. It's presented as the ultimate weapon against unchecked power. It forces us to ask, what if we collectively decided to withdraw our support? Our labor, our money, our attention.
And that idea, our collective leverage, especially with money, it leads perfectly into the second prompt,
Which is?
financial opposition. Our source details a really clear, almost radical call for conscious spending.
Okay, using our wallets.
Precisely. It reframes every dollar we spend, every transaction, not just as some mundane economic thing.
As a choice, a vote.
Yes. A deliberate choice, a vote for the kind of future we want.
It really makes you stop and think, doesn't it?
does.
It suggests our wallets might be our most direct, most frequently used ballot boxes. Are my spending habits actually building the world I say I want?
And this presents us with a really stark choice, a deeply moral one, I'd argue.
Mm-hmm.
The source, again, doesn't mince words. It asks directly. Will we continue to finance the empires that oppress us, or will we back enterprises that foster communities, not prisons? Wow. Communities, not prisons. That's strong.
It's provocative, right? It's
Yeah.
designed to shake us out of just passively consuming. It emphasizes that these everyday economic decisions, they're actually profound ethical choices.
Every coffee, every click online.
Every investment, every single financial choice has this ethical dimension. It either helps prop up the old systems of inequality,
Or it helps build something new.
or it contributes to building new, more equitable, community-focused alternatives. The source is basically saying the power to divest from dystopia and invest in a better future. It's in our collective pocketbook.
It acknowledges it's complex, though.
Of course,
Yeah.
navigating a global economy is tricky, but it insists on the intentionality of our spending. That's the powerful lever.
Intentionality, that's a great word for it. Not perfection, maybe, but being intentional about the direction.
Exactly.
And that brings us to prompt number 3, which demands responsibility, break the silence.
Okay, speaking up.
Not just suggesting we speak up, insisting on it. The analysis quotes something almost chilling. Quietude is the companion of dishonesty,
Oof, that hits hard.
doesn't it? It implies that silence, when faced with injustice, isn't neutral, It's actually a form of complicity.
An active form.
Right. The source urges us to get past just complaining, grumbling in private. It demands active vocal participation.
Indeed. That quote really cuts deep, and the source pushes beyond just feeling bad about things towards active civic engagement. It details the specific kind of demanding actions needed.
Like what?
It says, we must insist on transparency, equitable taxation, and policies that genuinely benefit individuals.
So concrete demands, not just vague wishes.
No, it's about holding power accountable. And it doesn't stop there. It gives this stark warning. If we remain silent, we are crafting the narrative for 2073 ourselves.
Meaning our silence creates that future.
That's the argument. Our inaction, our silence, our failure to demand these changes. It's not just a passive mistake. It is, in fact, an active contribution to the very future we might dread.
Because it leaves a vacuum.
Exactly. The source highlights that the absence of our voices leaves this void that gets filled by those who benefit from the way things are now. And that just solidifies the path towards that dystopian 2073.
So our silence is a powerful, even if negative, act of creation.
That's the implication.
That idea that silence isn't neutral.
Mm.
It really underlines the urgency. But it's not all depressing warnings, right?
No, thankfully not.
The fourth prompt brings in a crucial message of hope. Optimism for the upcoming generation.
Focusing on the future.
Yeah. It conveys this really hopeful idea that the dystopia we've been talking about, it doesn't have to be the legacy we leave behind.
There's a way out.
There's a clear, actionable path to break that cycle, to disrupt the trajectory and ensure a very more just future for the kids coming up. It offers real agency and, crucially, sustained hope.
It's not just wishful thinking, though.
No, not that superficial, oh, it'll be fine stuff.
Right.
It's optimism rooted in proactive effort.
Exactly. And the method for achieving this optimism, as the analysis explains it, is really insightful. It's focused. It says, by educating our children to inquire, to empathize, and to envision improved systems, 2073 transforms from a cautionary tale into a reimagined future.
Okay, so inquire, empathize, and envision.
Right. It's not just about teaching facts and figures. It's about cultivating these critical capacities.
What does inquire mean here?
It means fostering that deep curiosity, questioning assumptions, digging under the surface of what's presented as normal or inevitable,
And empathize.
nurturing the ability to really understand and feel what others are experiencing, especially those on the margins. That's the foundation for fair systems.
And envision improved systems.
That's equipping them with creative problem-solving skills, to build alternatives, to imagine possibilities beyond how things are now.
So it's about long-term generational impact.
Absolutely. This prompt really highlights the profound, almost revolutionary power of education. Not just passing on knowledge, but shaping character, fostering compassion, inspiring innovation.
To build genuinely better societies.
Precisely.
So, okay, bring this all together. What does it all mean for us?
Yeah, the big picture.
The overarching message of 2073, a call to action for our future, it feels incredibly, almost viscerally powerful. It just fundamentally rejects the idea of a predetermined fate.
Right.
It asserts that the future is not for the privileged few. It is for the multitude who have the courage to seize it.
That's quite a statement.
It's more than just a rallying cry, isn't it? It feels like a declaration of our collective agency, a direct challenge to anyone feeling resigned or powerless.
It says the future isn't just handed down.
No,
Yeah.
It's something we have to actively grab hold of together.
It absolutely is. And that's the sort of lasting echo of this work, I think. The source material doesn't just wrap things up neatly. It repeats that direct, urgent challenge to you, the listener, to all of us.
Leaving us with that question.
Yeah, that's a stark question. The decision is ours. Will we observe the horror reveal itself, or shall we awaken and create an alternate conclusion?
Observe or awaken.
It's a powerful call to personal and collective agency, making it crystal clear that the future isn't something that just happens to us.
It's something we make.
It's something we either actively participate in creating through our actions, our voices, or it's something we implicitly allow to be created by our inaction, our silence. The choice, the source argues, is entirely ours.
And that, I think, is the core takeaway from this whole deep dive today. It's been incredibly insightful. The future isn't some fixed point on a map. It's not unchangeable.
No, it's dynamic.
It's a dynamic, evolving result of every single collective choice, every individual choice we make, starting right now, today.
So as you listening reflect on this analysis, maybe consider this. What small intentional shifts could you make in your own daily life?
Like how?
Well, maybe in how you approach your work or the businesses you decide to support, even just the kinds of conversations you choose to have or not have.
Small things that add up.
Exactly. What seemingly minor acts, if multiplied across communities, could actually generate the momentum we need.
Momentum away from that 2073 scenario.
And towards that reimagined future the Source champions so passionately, it's definitely a thought worth dwelling on and maybe, just maybe, acting upon.